I'd like to start with our opening prayer. We give thanks for the contribution by pioneers, early settlers, for those who fought the various wars for the fabric of Tenterfield community we have today. May the words of our mouths and the meditation of our hearts be accepted in thy sight, O Lord. Amen. Acknowledgement of country, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land that we are meeting on here today. I would also like to pay respect to the elders both past and present, the Yuckamal, Kamilaroi and Bundjalung nations, and extend that respect to other Aboriginal people present. Councillors, we do have an apology by Councillor McPetrie. Can I have a move and second, please, there? Councillor Forbes, I thank you. Second, please, by Councillor Berry. All in favour? Yes, carried. Thank you. Council disclosures and declarations of interest. Any disclosures and declarations of interest? No. Confirmation of the minutes of our previous meeting, councillors, in February, which was held at Torrington. If someone who was in attendance at that meeting like to move that they are passed as a true and correct record, please. Councillor Sawyer, thank you. Second by Councillor Murray. All in favour? Councillor Carey. Thank you. Councillors, tabling of documents. Is there any tabling of documents to do with this meeting? No? Yes, Mr. Dean.
Through you, Mr. Chair, tabling one document, which is the latest report with regard to the tender number 10/16/17. It's been placed in front of all councillors, looking for council's permission to have that included in the confidential section of the business board as a late report.
Time to move to the second, please, Councillor. Councillor Sawyer, thank you. Second by Councillor Berry, thank you. All in favour? Councillor Carey. Thanks, Mr. Jan. Urgent late supplementary items of business, which we just dealt with. Public access session. Councillors, as a council should do, here with our public access session, we today to acknowledge the efforts of our councillors from our former council. It's a respectful thing the council does, and we do have Councillor Lane. Thank you, Mary, for attending this morning. And but apologies from Councillor Hull, Tony Hull, Glenn Maxwell, and Carol Shipman. They're all the letters of from the council, as the council should do, thanking them for their efforts. And just to read, Councillor Hull was elected in September 2010, and was a councillor to local government elections to September 2016. Councillor Mary Laves was one term as a councillor, same. 12th of September 2010 to 2016, and served as Deputy Mayor from 2014 to 2015. Councillor Glenn Maxwell, same, 12th of September to September 16, and Carol Shipman. She was elected in September 2010 and served to 2016, and had one term as Deputy Mayor 2015 to 2016. She didn't know. I just want to read a letter of apology from Tony Hull. Please accept my apologies for the council meeting tomorrow at prior commitments. It is not necessary for me to receive recognition for my time on council. It was entirely my honour and pleasure. I'm proud to have been part of a council that restored efficient financial management, developed up-to-date policies and practices, and cleared a backlog of projects for the betterment of Tenterfield residents. The opportunity to serve also provided a wonderful learning experience for me, allowing me to study local government and the role of councillors. I would recommend the experience to anyone who is interested in performing civic duty. It's a really nice letter, and I thank Tony for sending that. So what else done? Mary, if you'd like to come forward. Mary, as Mayor and on behalf of our current council, I'd like to present this certificate of appreciation for the time and effort that you spend on council. I know that you're passionate and dedicated, as we always knew you would be, and have done a wonderful job. So congratulations, and thank you very much for your time. And you're quite happy to say a few words if you'd like.
That is lovely. Thank you everyone, the council and to the staff. And I have to say, I thoroughly enjoyed my time serving as a councillor and would have loved to continue, but health stood in the way. I think you, those who served with me, will remember that I probably put a fair amount of work into research and bringing the results of that to council, but And while I really love doing that, and Mr Mayor, I hope you're still going to get lots of motions to take to meetings in Canberra and elsewhere, along with proposed arguments. I hope council will adopt some of those, but I don't know who else will be doing those for you. But I must say the other thing I really, really love is helping people, and I did enjoy whatever I could do to assist members of the community in my own ward, which was C ward, of course, and I love having a rural ward, but also in town. So those two aspects I thoroughly enjoyed. Oh, and I didn't mind the politics and the argument on the floor of council either. So thank you everybody for that opportunity, and I thank the people who didn't know me very well but still elected me. And I have thoroughly enjoyed it. And like Tony, I would recommend it to people. I mean, you're all here, so it's no good recommending it to you. But if people ask you about standing, you've got to put time and effort into it. But if you care for the good of Tenterfield Shire, and I stress Shire because Tenterfield is bigger than the town, much bigger, and we have half the population is outside town. So if you've got a broad view and you want to work towards the betterment of Tenterfield Shire, it's a great job. Thank you, Mr Mayor. Thank you, councillors.
Thank you very much.
With you here? Just with the crowd and background? Thank you.
Just one shot.
That's good. We've got it.
Good, yeah. Do I open that time?
Yes, and Mary, I know you're still a busy person, but you're more than welcome to hang around the smoker.
Thank you.
We've got invitations there, so please do. And it hasn't changed. We have a wonderful morning too, so all good. Okay. Council, we'll move into our agenda, and I do have a Merrill minute. We're on the hard copies, page 6. It's item MM1/17, it's a notice of motion, I have brought before, which I will explain in a minute. As a notice of motion in my Merrill minute, I am asking for support. The demise of the International Town Partnership Cultural Committee is imperative the Council honours the partnership deed and maintains assistance in the relationship by assisting the ongoing cultural exchange program for our youth. And the recommendation is I, Councillor Peter Petty, move a notice of motion. The Council, Tenterfield Shire Council, support financially and in advertising the ongoing cultural exchange with our sister cities of Otterburn, Bowen and Hawagan, and participants being in the age group of 18 to 25 years. I would ask for a second. Thank you, Councillor Sawyer. Council, I'll bring this Merrill minute as a notice of motion forward. I think it's so important for this council. We have spoken about it. We just had our wonderful visit from our German sister city and the brass band, which was a huge success. And I'll throw Councillor Forbes' notice of motion at the end of this agenda into that, because I thank you, Councillor, for bringing that forward. I think it fits in with everything we do, and it's very respectful and appreciated. I would like us as a council, it's easy to speak, like walk the walk, but you have to talk the talk. And I think as a council, if we can, I'm happy for, that's fairly short and brief as what I wanted with the age group, and we haven't put in a figure. I was thinking of at least a plane ticket over there and back is what I'm looking at, whether the council thinks different, but I'm happy for discussion to do with this. But I'd like to see it supported, and I think that's the least we can do. But I'm moving that, and it's been set, and so I'm happy for discussion. Councillor McNish.
Yeah, thank you, Mr Mayor. I agree with the sentiment of it, but I don't think we can pass a motion in which there's no figure mentioned. Yeah. It leaves it very, very open. And secondly, I don't think it should be restricted to 18 to 25-year-olds. I read a case some years ago where the retiring Catholic priest went over as an ambassador, and he was 50-something, 60-something. So I'd like to leave the age group open, and also I'd like to see a finite figure put on the in your recommendation for its supporters.
And Councillor Whisper, thank you for bringing that forward, and I'm happy to discuss it. I've got no issues with that at all. Can I just ask, do we leave with the age group 18 above?
I agree with that.
Yeah, yes. Anyway, and I'll ask for a bit of advice there from our chair, Mr. Chair. Is that another motion or an amendment, or how do we go there?
Through you, Mr Chair, I take
Petrie, Councillor Forbes.
Yes, thank you. I think I'd stick with the 18 to 25 age group. As long as anybody older than that, in my opinion, should be looking to fund themselves.
Sorry, Councillor.
Yeah, once again, I support what you've got there, the 18 to 25 age group. I think that anybody above that should be in a position to be able to fund themselves. That's all. Yeah. So, thank you.
Thank you. Councillors, I'm taking that as I speak before the notice of motion without getting into a huge debate about this, and I do, to repeat myself, accept Councillor Manish's comments. So I'll ask for another speaker to speak against the notice of motion. Councillor Brian Petrie.
I presume that if I presume that if there are a number of applicants, council makes the decision as to who gets it. So I'd see no problem at all with council Mish's suggestion that it be 18 and over.
Yep.
And there might be someone in their 40s who's a pensioner who cannot afford a plane ticket, but who would be a fantastic ambassador for our shire. And vice versa. So, and I believe years ago when this first started, there was $1,000 price on it. So maybe we could come up with a figure that would be commensurate with that now.
If I can just answer you, Councillor, the way I viewed it, that at least we can do, and I commend you on your comments, especially to do it as an ambassador for Townfield. I would hope that and expect as they are that they would be billeted over there in their time, and that would be, and happy to, as Mayor, with correspondence with German Fries, the Mayor of Otterburn, to organise all that. But I just thought the least we can do is get them their plane fare over there and back. And that's got them there. So that's, and that supports what Councillor Nisha said. I don't know what it's going to Germany and back, but that's, yeah, we'll accept it.
Well, on that $2,000 will cover it, having gone over there last year.
Right.
So, it's my understanding. Or if you want to make it a little bit more, $2,500, so I'm suggesting $2,000 to $2,500 will cover the plane.
Anyway. I'm after speakers, and I'm taking that you're supporting Councillor McGish, which is against, and I'm happy with that because
I'm supporting the amendment.
yeah, I'll deal with it. Councillor McGish, I'll go back to you to deal with an amendment in a minute if you want.
I'd like to say, I'm not against it, Mr Mayor.
Yeah, no. It sounded, Councillor, it sounded better when I said I'm happy for the discussion which I expected, and I really respect it because I want us to go forward with this. And I mentioned in the recommendation and advertising too, because the support what Councillor Brian Petrie just said, Council will be advertising this. It's us because the sister city, as far as that committee, Councillor McNish, you were on that. It has been dissolved because we thought that it's done its job, and with the outstanding job that Rotary does with this exchange for that week, that I just felt that council should be able to do at least we can do is this.
Just a bit of history, Mr Mayor. I think from memory, we kicked the tin for $1,000 in the past.
Okay.
Just to heavily subsidise the plane fare.
Okay.
Not pay for the whole lot.
Yeah. But, and that's, I take that on board, but that was way before my time. I wasn't aware of that. I apologise.
Or shadow amendment?
Yes? Can I come back to you? Is there any other speakers supporting the recommendations as stands? Councillor Berry.
Mr Chair, just while I have any practice, councillors put an amendment that takes precedent over the debate. So
Thank you.
take the amendment as proposed.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jam. Councillor Brian Petrie.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. My foreshadowed amendment is to insert after the word financially, the words up to $2,500, and after the number 18, we delete -25 years and just replace it with and over. So the motion would, my amended motion would read, I, Councillor Pick Petty, move a motion that Tenwood Shire Council support financially up to $2,500 and in advertising the ongoing cultural exchange with the sister cities of Ottawa and Rowan and Hamilton, with participants being the age group of 18 and over. 18 years and over, sorry. That should be.
Mr. Chairman, as the and asking for your advice, as the mover of the recommendation, if I'm happy to accept that, we need to, because I am.
Mr Chair, if you are, then you can just accept that and it can be included in the original motion, which would be preferential to civil status. I think delete by Councillor Petty from the start.
Yeah. And I am happy to accept it, councillor. So thank you.
Sorry, can I just go back to your John, just tell me where you are with 2,500?
After the word financially, support financially,
Yeah.
there, up to $2,500.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Dean. We're just having a little bit precise on here. Councillor, with another little bit of a change, I'm happy with the 2,500, but 2,500 to 3 because the advertising is going to be in that too.
All right, okay, well, in that case, put the, up
Make
to
it 3.
2,500, put that after the word advertising.
Or make it 3. Can we make it 3,000? Okay. Yeah. Do I have a second? Yeah, no, thank you for your advice, as always. Okay. Councillors,
You're right with that? What's the?
thank you, Councillor Brian Petrie. Councillors, as the mover, I'm accepting the changes to the recommendation with that amendment. Is there any other, please, Councillor Swift?
As a seconder, I accept the changes.
Thank you. Again. Councillor Berry?
I'd like to speak against part of the recommendation for the amendment.
Yep.
If we chucked up the 18 and 25 and over out, I think that leaves us open to a bit of wherever an innuendo around town that we're paying for somebody to go over there. It's happened in the past. I've heard quite a few people around town all relate that X go over there every year and they've never paid for those people to go over. So I think we're leaving ourselves open in that respect. I guess I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, one.
Yeah.
Councillor Peters?
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. I really think the age group should be between 18 and, I really think the age group should be between 18 and 25. I don't think there's any point sending someone that's, a world traveller anyway, so I agree with Councillor Forbes in that respect. Thank you.
Okay. I'll come back to you, Councillor. Is there any other councillor want to make comment or debate to do with this? The only thing I will note, because I'm jumping right ahead and how this will all roll, obviously there will be some sort of selection panel, I can imagine, and I would view that selection panel, if we go with this amendment, which I've got no problems with at all, 18 and over, that would make that decision. So probably lean toward, I'm not saying they would, but they might lean towards the younger applications than an older application. I just need to say that that's just my own thoughts. So, yeah, trying to move forward with this. Councillor Patrick.
In support of the amended motion, exactly as you just said, Mr. Mayor, there would be a selection process. And imagine if there was someone here who was 26, fantastic person who wouldn't be able to go because of a deadline in age. I think that would be absolutely appalling. And, for many years I was involved in the showgirl committee. And it was just an age cut-off made that just dreadful. The limitations, and, whether they were married, whether they weren't. And this is following the same line. So by leaving it open, it then is up to the council selection committee to determine the person's capacity to represent us and also take into account their ability to go.
Yeah.
So I think that would make it far more fair and less discriminatory.
Accepted, Councillor. Councillor Mitch.
I just in support of what Councillor Petrie just said, Mr. Mayor, with that age, like you take most young people now, by the time they finish their first degree, maybe they do an honours degree, and then they're over 25 anyway. They're the sort of people we'd probably like to see go and represent our community over there, and who would get the most benefit from it. So, I'd like to see it remain 18 plus.
Yep.
And like I said, committee will make a decision anyway, hopefully an informed one.
Yep. Councillors, we will close the debate on the, and we'll move forward. It has been a good discussion, and I really appreciate and thank you very much for your honest discussion to do with this. And I know that you're all as passionate as myself in your support of this. I think selfie and good for council to do such a thing. So I'll we're dealing with the amendment, councillors. On the move, and I've accepted the amendment, and Councillor Sawyer as the second has accepted that also. All in favour? Against? The amendment's up. Thank you, councillors. Okay, councillors, we move on to page 7. It's item COM2/17, cemetery fees and charges. Can I move and second to deal with this, recommend that this officer's report to councillors, please? Councillor Sawyer, thank you. Second by Councillor McNish. And I'll hand over to our Acting Director of Strategic Planning and Environmental Services. Before I do welcome you, Dave. Mr Stewart, as always, he wears many hats and he's stepping in until we appoint a new director. So welcome, Dave, and I'll hand over to you.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Councillors' reports. We're happy to take any questions.
Reports there, councillors. Any questions to the Acting Director? Councillor Petrie.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Yes, my apologies, I wasn't able to get the briefing session, but I was just wondering why the nearly doubling in the fees for the POS.
Through you, Mr Mayor, we carried out a review of surrounding councils for the niche wall. We haven't increased those fees to any great degree over the last few years, and we're putting forward these fees which will be in line with surrounding councils, cleanliness and Stanford.
Thanks, Mr Acting Director. Any more questions to the Acting Director to do with the report, councillors? No more? The officer's recommendations in front of you there, councillors, and that we're adopting. All in favour of adopting? Against? Carried. Thank you. Councillors, we move on to page 9 in your hard copy. It's planning and development update. Can I have, it's item ENV 3/17. Can I have a move to second here, please? Councillor Murray, thank you. Seconded by Councillor Martin. Once again, I hand over to Acting Director of Strategic Planning and Environmental Services, Mr Stewart.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Councillors, I'm happy to take any questions on this update.
Questions to the Acting Director? All happy to receive and note? All in favour? Against? Carried. Thank you. Councillor, we can move on to page 15 in your hard copy. It's item GOV 11/17 to do with finance and accounts. Can I have a move in a second here to deal with this item, please? Councillor Bronwyn Petrie, thank you. Seconded by Councillor Tom Peters. And I hand over to our Director of Corporate Services, Mr Alan Shorter. Mr Director.
Thank you, through you, Mr Mayor. Our monthly finance report. Everything's in order. The bank reconciliations have been done as usual, and we have turned deposits of about 12.5 million back to that. The report's there. Well, any questions?
Any questions to the Director? No questions? All in favour to receive and note? Against? Carried. Councillors, page 17, item GOV 12/17, posted expenditure report. Can I have a move in a second to deal with this item, please? Councillor Sawyer, I thank you. Second, please. Councillor Bronwyn Petrie, I thank you. And I'll hand over again to the Director of Corporate Services, Mr Shorter.
Through you, Mr Mayor. Through you, Mr Mayor. Our monthly posted expenditure report, and there's no other expenditures to report. And the report's in the attachment there, so welcome any questions.
Questions to the Director to deal with the report? No questions? All in favour? Happy to adopt? Receive and note, sorry. Against? Carried. Page 19. Item GOV 13/17. It's the draft social media policy. I'll move in a second to deal with this item, please. Councillor Berry, I thank you. Second, please. Councillor Murray, I thank you. And I'll hand over to our General Manager, Mr Jam.
Thank you, Mr Mayor, and through you. Councillors, before you use the draft policy with regards to social media, comes in response to Unit 5116, which Council requested last year for a policy of this type to be developed. In short, it's a policy that largely references other items that we already have in place, but provides a catch-all with regard to this specific area. I commend it for any questions.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr G. Any questions to the General Manager to deal with the report, councillors? No? All happy to adopt? All in favour? Against? Carried. We move on to page 21, councillors. It is item GOV 14/17. It's to do with the Anzac Day arrangements. For Anzac Day, obviously. I'll move in a second to deal with this one, please. Councillor Murray, thank you. Seconded by Councillor Sawyer, and I thank you. Once again, I'll hand over to our General Manager, Mr. GM.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Through you, just the standard annual report to allocate councillors to different services. Obviously, got many questions on the report. Open it up. Who would like to attend which services?
For the new councillors, if I can, and I think it's appropriate that I do, what we normally do at this time of year, we go through and nominate a councillor to attend these services. It's fairly standard, as the gentleman said, and the only question I have to do with the confirmation, has been Gould, have they said it? Is it going? Is it? Okay, good, thank you. So, councillors, the reports are in front of you. As we go through, I'll ask for a council to be nominated, and we just move on like that. It doesn't need a second, it's just nominating the council accepts to do it, and that's it. It gives always, through council knowing, and one will start or either read or books, as it explains in this report, and it's an honour to attend these services. So we'll go with it first, and obviously, it's now did the dawn service here in town, with the dawn service at Torrington. Councillor Peters? Okay. We move on to the service at Legume. And Councillor Berry, you and I always do that for our Anzac biscuits and our cup of tea. 8 o'clock, so you're happy to continue that? That's good. So that's Penny and Berry. What we usually do, councillors, is Councillor Berry then goes to, as usual, goes to the Urbanville service, and with the book that's presented to Legume, they then donate that to the Urbanville school, and Councillor always presents that at their service. So then we'll move on to Urbanville service. Councillor Berry? Still very good. To the service at Jennings. Councillor Murray, thank you. To the service at Drake.
Oh.
Councillor McNish? Yep, thank you.
I'm happy to go to.
You're more than welcome to. So Councillor McNish and Councillor Petrie? Good. To the service at Liston. Councillor Forbes, have you been attending that one?
Yeah, I have, but I might be this year. I think I might go to Jennings this year.
Okay. So if that's the Liston service, dawn service? So Councillor Berry, do you want to do that again? Okay, thank you. So Councillor, thank you, Councillor Berry. So with the Jennings one, Councillor Murray's accepted. So Councillor Forbes, you want to attend that too?
Oh, yeah, I'll go.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you. And the service at Mingoola was last year. Kate and I attended, and we're happy to again. It's an afternoon service, and it makes it work for the whole day, and they had a wonderful service down there. Yeah, Councillor Martin, would you like to attend? More than well. We haven't got a confirmed time yet, but it will be in the afternoon. Okay. So Councillor and Councillor Martin. Thank you. Okay, councillors, thank you all very much for making all that work, and we look forward to that day rolling on. Right, so all in favour of accepting the report with the councillors that are going to represent council at those services, all in favour? Against? Carry. Okay, councillors, we move on to page 24 in your hard copy. Item RC4/17. This is the start of reports from committees and delegates. This is the Audit and Risk Committee, meeting held the 1st of March. Can I move in a second here, please, to deal with this item? Councillor Forbes, I thank you. Secondly, Councillor Berry, and I thank you. And I'll hand over to a Director of Corporate Services, Mr. Alan Short. Mr. Director.
Thank you, through Mr. Mayor. The report's there for noting, and just mention one or two things. First of all, Mr. Peter Sheville was elected as chairperson for the period, and it's down on page 26 down the bottom, it mentions that we will be undertaking revaluation of our water and sewage services. Those revaluations were conducted last week. I don't know if I've mentioned anything else, but if there's any questions, welcome to ask.
Thank you, Mr. Director. Questions to the Director to do with the reports from this committee? No questions? All happy to adopt the report? Yes? Carried. Thank you. Councillors, we move on to page 31. It's item NM3/17. It's to do with an notice of motion brought forward by Councillor Forbes, acknowledging the Tenfield Rotary Club. So Councillor Forbes, bring the forward, or tell me of the notice of motion. You haven't moved that?
Yes.
Yeah, hold a second, please. Councillor Sawyer, and I thank you. Councillor Forbes, once again, being the mover of the notice of motion, do you want to speak to the motion?
I think it's pretty self-explanatory there, Mr. Mayor. I think that this is the fourth Bavarian festival I've attended, and it's reached the same high standards as in the past. So, having had first-hand experience of being involved in the organising this, I know how much effort goes into this, certainly by all the Rotarians and plus their various family members and friends, and on this occasion the Lions were certainly involved, and I understand, one of the local football teams was also involved with some assistance, and well aware that Rotarians are getting older, and so it needs to be accepted that the young people are going to have to step up and help with some of the logistics. It's a huge effort. It takes days and days to set up, and obviously days and days to sort of clean up afterwards. So yes, I'd like that, and it's been a great. I had people that stayed with us from the Gold Coast came out for it, from a couple of the band people stayed with us also. So great week, and very sort of beneficial to the local economy. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Forbes. Councillor Sawyer, moving secondly, do you want to speak to the motion?
I just endorse Don's remarks. It's a great asset for the community. It was my first event that I attended, and it certainly won't be the last.
Thank you. Councillor, I don't think there's anybody I do, which I did speak at the start of. I mean, Councillor Forbes committee will bring this forward. I think it's a respectful thing, and very appreciative of our council as a whole, because support, as you said, the whole area benefits from this, and it's a wonderful thing, and all we want to do is keep it going. It supports a notice of motion brought forward to do with the cultural exchange, and this only fits in also, so, because we know how much it means to our area. Councillors, all in favour? Cancel carried. Councillors, we move on to page 32. Item RES 2/17 to do with our council resolution register, March 2017. Can I move the seconder, please? Councillor Berry, thank you. Seconder. Councillor Martin, thank you. And I'll hand over to our General Manager, Mr. Jam.
Through Mr. Chairman, thank you. Councillors, I'll just open it up for any questions.
Questions to the GM to do with our information booklet? Resolution register, I'm sorry. Councillor Peter.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Two things. One is, of course, our signage, and our signage does say Torrington, and that I understand is not to the business chamber. I did have a question in relation to the motion that we adopted, one being the original recommendation by the officer that internal meeting signs are fine, they're not prohibited, providing them in hotels outside of the heritage area. But the Peter Allen Motel is actually within it. I'm just wondering how will they then go with their internal sign? Same with H&R Block and I think Common Bank. So I just know whether they have pre-existing approval. So it's just something I'm mindful of. And the other question I had was to do with the minor amendment to the LEP, which is still active as there are no more Department of Planning things to be done in 2016.
Just deal with one question at a time. Be fair to a gentleman, please, Councillor. Thank you. Deal with the signage first. Yep.
Through Mr. Chair, I'd have to reflect those to the acting director. Otherwise, I'll take questions on notice. I'm not sure as to what the impact of signage is on pre-existing approvals without
So would I be better to emailing that in and you guys can deal with that?
So I'll just ask Dave whether he wants to answer. If he doesn't, we'll take him on notice, which means we'll then provide an answer to every one of the councillors in an email post.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Davis, Director.
Through you, Mr Chair, I'd like to take those two questions on notice.
So we
Thank you. I do commend you, Mr. GM, for that. It's rare, councillors, and we will note, and please respect our acting directors is hopped in there. It is rare that our directors can't give us a answer straight away, and our general manager, so we work as a team here, and they definitely will get back to you with those answers. But as the general manager said, it will be emailed to all the councillors. Yes, Mr. Yep. So we're all aware. But taking on note of questions, councillor, and yes?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect you to know offhand whether they've even, because the signs have been there for so long, whether they have an actual, and probably before an application was required. So I'm just flagging that if that's the case, we need to be mindful that we may have to, what is the process if we need to tinker again with the resolution? And the same with the second one to do with the minor amendments LAP came up the other day in the Heritage Advisory Committee that our LEP is actually wrong in relation to some of the listed heritage places. They're not on there, they should be. And May's our planning officer said that it will require housekeeping amendment to the LEP. So I'm just wondering, can that be all done at the same time with the other one that's already on our books, just for efficiency purposes?
Thank you for the question, Mr. James.
Just in process, councillors, first of all, the resolution register is not there to reiterate things we've already done. It's a register for council to get an update on where we are as implementing the resolution. So the resolution will be out of time and will be implemented, and that's what will be. This is not a licence to rediscuss everything or re-bring up other matters that might pertain to it. However, if councillors do have questions at any point in time, you can obviously ask those and you get responses to them. The other thing to note is that we do have questions on specific matters when we're getting into details, particularly if we use this example where it involves a planner who doesn't sit in this room. It's pretty well can be assumed that nobody here is going to know what's going on, basically without notice. So good practice is to provide us notice that you're going to want some information, and then that way when we come here we can have the answer available for you, as opposed to say, well, to take on notice. Because the truth is that neither myself or the director really are going to know where the implementation of the planning matters at any given point in time as we ask questions. So, two things. Resolution register is about an update on what the resolution is, not about how it's implemented, not about how, not about why, not about rediscussing it. And the second one is that we can just get notice of those questions and makes it easy for taking on notice. But wherever we do take a question on notice, an email goes to all councillors in line with our provision of information and facilities to councillors.
Is it a question or a comment, councillor? Yes.
Well, on that, thank you, Mr. General Manager, but the resolution register clearly states that no action will be taken by the department planning any further in 2016. We are now nearly at the end of March, so we're nearly 3 months into the end of 2017, which is why I've asked the question as why that action has not been further progressed. And the comment was, it was in relation to the minor amendment, and it was just a general question if there's any other minor amendments, do they all go at once, because I understand there's some cost to council to have it done, and when that it would be more efficient. It was not as specific necessarily as such.
Take that comment.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. So councillors, that's to do with our with the council resolution register. Was there any other questions? Shall we the directors or to the chair to do with the council resolution register? No? All in favour? Against? Councillors. Right. So we've done our notice motions and we move into our confidential part of our meeting, councillors. Councillors, 10:20, we have to continue, then we'll finish our meeting. All good? Could I have a motion to move into confidential, please? Councillor Berry, I thank you. Seconded by Councillor Forbes, and I thank you. So move into.
No, it's still all of that as well. Yeah, it's not all that stuff.
Okay. Okay, councillors, as meeting procedure goes, we've been moved and seconded, we move out of confidential. And once we move out of confidential, as mayor and as chairperson of the meeting, I need to read the officer's recommendation. And the recommendation is 1, award tender 10-16/17 flood damage restoration to Earthtech Limited for a lump sum amount of $1,589,659, GST exclusive, of $1,748,625. And 2, write to the New South Wales Roads and Maritime to inquire whether the funding shortfall for tender 10-16/17 flood damage restoration works at Mount Lindsay and River Tree Road to be funded by the Natural Disaster Relief and Recovery Arrangements, NDRRA, to meet the project scope of works as identified by the NDRRA grant conditions. And 3, considers the reallocation of funds to cover the project funding shortfall for tender 10-16/17 flood damage restoration, Mount Lindsay Road and River Tree Road in the third quarter budget review. And that was passed. Councillors, being the end of our meeting, I close the meeting and thank you all very much for your attendance, and the meeting is ended. As always, peace and harmony. I thank you very much for your attendance. More than welcome for Mornington. Yeah, no, it is good. Very good.
The meeting's closed to just go away.
Councillors.